So you did the, how fun was the music video with Sales at Work?
Cells at Work, that's right. That was a good day. I only started doing anime in 2014, maybe 15, and I've been doing animation up until that point. And I've sung a few theme songs before, but it's a little bit different having a translated Japanese piece. It was. Let's see, we had Kaylee Mills, I believe, was the one who translated it and adapted it. And yeah, it was really funny. Billy and Jeremy came in and did their parts first, so I was the third one to go. And yeah, it was an absolute blast. And then, you know, we recorded the little music video the same day that we sang it. So I got to sing it, and then they were like, okay, now pretend like you're singing it and do some crazy stuff. So I think if I remember in the video, I'm just being a total idiot.
But you're working it.
Just a full goofball. Yeah, that's my full-time job. Full-time idiot. Part-time voice actor. Alright, good question. Who's next? You! Yeah, let's keep going that way. Hi guys, are you a new entity?
Yes.
Hello, good to know you.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going? What can I do for you?
Absolutely. So you got a lot of fans in the world.
Do I? I don't know. I've met quite a few of them. Someone's got a yogurt here. That's my new fan. What's your question?
Well, one of our hosts of the Ponder Nerdcast, her name is Lizette.
Okay.
Right? She recently got married, and
Congratulations, Lizette.
her theme wedding was around Sailor Moon.
Oh, I've heard of these things. Yes.
Yes. So that's what I'm talking about. How you have a lot of fans for who you symbolize. So, what is your version of a romantic guy in your life?
A romantic guy in my life?
Like the ideal romantic guy.
For me?
That you pursue.
Well, I don't know. It would be tough. My wife would probably be pretty upset if I all of a sudden had a new romantic guy in my life. I think Tuxedo Mask is romantic in symbolism only. Roses and capes and tuxedos. He's not the world's best boyfriend, but it takes him about 200 episodes to really cop to loving Usagi. But my ideal romantic guy is a good listener. Guys, that's the most romantic thing you can do. Just listen to your lady. That's all you need. And some chocolates and flowers and jewelry. A nice vacation.
Thank you. From you playing the best hero, but also the strongest hero, Moon Rider, how does that feel to be the best hero in the Hero Society?
The best hero. Well, I think he is a C-class hero with S-class heart, as you may have probably heard. I love Moomin Rider. I have a long history of playing ineffectual superheroes. So from the useless Tuxedo Mask to the constantly punch in the face Moomin Rider. But I guess you could argue that there would be no show without him because Deep Sea King would have killed Genos, and then there'd be no plot to drive it forward. So I think Moomin Rider's the best boy, and I just hope that he has good insurance. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, because his bikes always be breaking and he always be running and trying his best.
I think his bike and his face are always broken. Yeah. What about you? You have another question?
Yes.
Great.
Or what can you tell us about the I guess last season of Sailor Moon?
Oh, Sailor Stars.
Yes.
Well, it's never come to the States before in a dubbed form, only bootleg in Japanese and only bits and pieces here and there. So much like the rest of the Viz dub, I think it was handled with great care. As you know, Tuxedo Mask flies to America to go on vacation or to go study abroad, and then he more or less dies, kind of, and then gets brought back in the end. So that's a perfect job for me. I like to get all the credit and then do as little work as possible.
And then what have been your favorite moments throughout the entire history?
Oh, the whole series. I really enjoyed the early moments with Usagi and Tuxedo Mask where they're playful, like where he teases her a lot. That's my kind of romance. Maybe that's a better answer. And I like that part of it. And I think some of my favorite moments, I really like the R movie. I think that's a really cool standalone. I loved the Christmas portion of where he wears the Santa suit when he rips it off and he's like, Merry Christmas, and throws a dreidel at someone's face. That's just good comedy right there. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the show. It was my first ever anime that I was ever in, and that's opened so many doors for me in the anime community, which I love very much. So I love Tuxedo Mask. He'll always be one of my favorite characters, and what a gift to be given a reboot and the original, to walk into anime and have 25 years of nostalgia behind it, but still get to be the new kid on the block. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing. You're welcome. Well, we were going this way, so we'll come back to you. So we'll go boop, 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 boop. What were you guys saying? Question.
Yeah. So we noticed you've been in the gym lately.
Oh, well, listen, I have my dad bod going pretty hard this year. But I've been trying to get a little better. We're not there yet, but we're on our way. Thank you for noticing.
But you also happen to be a buff character in Sales at Work as a
Right.
Was that part
That's
of
my ultimate end game. I'm gonna get a buff next year. I'm gonna get buff for my 38th birthday, and I'm just gonna cosplay all my buff characters and then put out a calendar. It's not true. I'm not gonna do that. Or maybe I will. Who knows? I don't know, dude. I also played Haganazuka in the swordsmith in Demon Slayer, and I don't know if you follow the manga, but he's like this giant, jacked up dude, big veiny forearms. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Get jacked, cosplay all of my jacked characters. Done.
Awesome.
Thanks for noticing.
Oh, okay. Did you get to ask your question now?
You asked one, right? You didn't?
Not me.
Oh, you guys
You're
different guys?
separate
Are you guys together?
Yes.
outlets. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, ask your question. Well, that'll be fine.
You voiced Shoya from the Sonic Wars.
Yes.
I love the movie, my favorite.
Thank you.
What was it like going into play a character part where there's so much mental issues and touching emotions?
Well, very gratefully, I was cast in that by Stephanie Shea, who's a friend and also plays Sailor Moon. And she owns a studio. Her and Michael Sinter Nicholas work together at NYC Post. And they asked me to come and read for this character, and they knew I wanted to be like really cinematic, not like overly. Not to say, I'll be careful with this. Not too over the top anime. We all know anime can be a little melodramatic sometimes, which it's its own style, and I appreciate that. But this, they wanted really cinematic and small, and that was really fun. It's a 2-hour movie, a little more than that, and it took us. I was in the studio for about 20 hours, so we really took our time with it. We did tons of takes. We had lots of private time. Yeah, it was just a really nice environment to work on because we wanted to do it just right. And to this day, it's one of, if not my favorite performances I've gotten to do in anime. It's a great film. I really enjoy it. I think it's a great film if you want someone who's never watched anime before to be able to watch some anime. Because it's a very watchable movie, even if you're not into the style. Yeah.
So I'm not as much of a fan of the new Sailor Moon as my friend Lizette is. Again, the ghost of Honoring Nerds.
How's that? Yeah.
She knows how I feel. But I am very much all about creativity. To me, creativity is the juice. Right?
Sure.
It's the spice of life.
Sure.
So how are you expressing yourself creatively these days? What are your hobbies?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well-
what does creativity mean to you?
Well, that's an interesting question. That's a good question. I've been an actor my whole life. I've been a theater actor since I was 10 professionally. And I went to grad school. I went to college for it. Then I went to grad school for it. And I taught at the college level for a few years. And then I came out to L.A. and pursued it professionally. And anything that you do creatively, you can do anything and get jaded, regardless of what level you're doing it at. So in order to stay creatively refreshed, you have to branch out and do things that challenge you. And so me personally, I just wrote my first children's book that released a couple weeks ago. So that's something that I've been working on for a while, and it's my first of hopefully several. And and I also own a production company with my two friends, Max and Ray, who we also we do conventions together, and we're in the middle of producing a video game. Yeah, L.A.V.A, the L.A.V.A boys. So we're producing a video game right now, which I can't talk about, but we will announce probably next year. And then I play music. Me and Max play music together. I play music by myself. Sing with my little girl, and I spend family time. I like sports. I like outdoor times. I like to be physically creative. I like to do things that challenge me physically that I've never done before. If someone says, "Hey, you want to go try and do this?" Like my buddy just took me on this one of the 6 peaks of Southern California, like Mount Wilson, and I was like, "How far is it?" It's like 15-mile hike. And I'm like, "That sounds hard. Let's go do it." And that's when I realized I needed to get back in the gym because it kicked my butt. But I think you have to do things. I think you have to do things that challenge you, and not only do they make you better creatively, but they fulfill you more. And even if you're not good at them right away, yeah, I think that's my answer to that. It's a good question.
And then, what are sort of the best fan experiences you've ever had, and what are the craziest or weirdest?
The fans are pretty nice. I don't think I've ever had anything like super uncomfortable happen yet. I'm sure. I had a nice guy last weekend ask me to sign his chest, and I don't sign like body parts usually, but he was so nice, and he was like this big Barry kind of guy. He was like, "Would you sign my chest?" And I was like, "Yes." And he opened up his shirt, this big old hairy chest. I think I signed like 90% hair.
What did you sign it with, a Sharpie?
A Sharpie. Yeah, that guy had full Sharpie on. Some other, I don't know. I think it's funny. I think they're mostly cute and harmless. Like sometimes I'll go to do a picture and someone will get a little handsy and I'll just go, "All right, it's fine. They don't know." And I'll just do a hover hand and let them get away with it. But I think it's all pretty harmless and fun. Everyone's nice. I really respect fans in the sense that they come out to conventions and they spend their time and they spend their money and they spend their free time mostly supporting something that they love. And I think that and showing the actors support, showing the show support, I think that's a big deal. So I wish I had some crazy fan story. I will tell you one that is not a fan story, but it was at a convention that could have been a fan story. My wife has younger siblings, like teenagers, and she has a little sister. And they were coming to visit us because the con was in Texas, where they're from. But my wife Megan didn't tell me that their sister and dad were there already. They just snuck her into my room and sat her in a chair. So I came back like tired from the con, like whatever, beeped into my hotel room, opened it up, and there's just like a strange 17-year-old sitting in my room, and I was just like, "Ah, what are you doing?" And my heart jumped into my throat. That's my worst nightmare, that like some fan had broken into my room and was like waiting there for me. So, but yeah, no, the fans don't really do that. Just my own evil family.
And over the internet, everyone's been pretty cool too.
Yeah. Well, no, of course not. Yeah. It's 98% cool. I think people get like really, what's the word? They opinionated. They want to own their fandom, which is fine.
Cause that shit.
Yeah, just don't at me. Like I like, do your thing. I don't care. Like you're entitled to your opinion. I'm not gonna make everybody happy, but like if you don't like my Spider-Man, like don't be like, "Robbie Daymond is the worst Spider-Man in the world." I was like, it's like, yeah, you can say that. Just don't at me. I don't mind. Yeah, you wouldn't do that to me in person, right? Like most likely not. But that's the weird thing about the internet, is it's anonymous. So you can be as horrible as you want and there's no repercussions. That's the one thing about the internet I think can be kind of sketchy. Yeah, but overall, no. Really, really respectful. I think I try to put that out there and I get it back, which is nice. Yeah, good question.
What you just said about Spider-Man, how did you have played that iconic role? And plus with all the roles that has been done before,
Sure.
in the West, I think, of Spider-Man, how did you have, like, did you try to compare them to your own thing, or did you just, alright, I know I'll be compared to them, but I gotta do my own thing?
Yeah, original show, just doing my own thing. Yeah, absolutely. I'm honored to be part of the pantheon of Spider-Man. There's always going to be Spider-Man on TV in some form or another, and this is my run, and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, it's my favorite superhero growing up as a kid, and it's an honor to be able to play Spider-Man. Playing him for 4 years now. Show's been on since 2017. I bet we've been recording since 2015, 2016. So, and I'm sure I'll probably be done in a couple of years. Who knows? And then it'll be somebody else's turn to take over. And that'll be great. But I know we just wrapped on season 3, so that's a good run. These days, more than 2 seasons on a cartoon is great. Yeah. So I've really enjoyed it. And I got to do it on 4 separate shows. Video games, comics, all sorts of stuff. It's been really fun. And then when it's time to turn it over to somebody else, I will gladly pass this up. Maybe I'll be like Josh Keaton. I'll come in and do a bad guy on the next Spider-Man because he was our Norman Osborn. Yeah, good question. Yeah.
You also voiced me from I Want to Eat Your Pancreas as well.
That's true.
That's a very emotional character to play.
Yes.
Was it the similar kind of character you put yourself in with Shoya in silent movies?
Yeah, I didn't really connect them so much. The only thing I connected was that they were both in their sad movies that were small and cinematic.
Yeah.
So I did not try to connect them as characters, even though the style of the thing was the same. They're very different. I think Shoya was struggling with different things than me was. Me was struggling with total isolation, but self-inflicted and maybe not deserved. I think Shoya was more trying to punish himself in a way, and I think that's two totally different motivations for different. The voices were a little bit different. Shoya's voice was a little bit younger, and his was a little bit deeper and more serious. So, yeah, but yeah, they're definitely 2 very cryy anime movies back to back. Your turn.
Yeah. What would you say, it's kind of a 2-part question, what
Sure.
would you say to someone that says your rise in voice acting was just so fast and so incredible with iconic characters, great
Sure.
roles, and great performance?
I'll say thank you. I'd also say, well, you weren't there from 2007 to 2013 when nobody cared, when I was on the circuit just grinding, doing bad stuff, doing like Korean MMOs that no one's ever heard of, doing really bad non-union radio commercials, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a grind. It only seems fast because that's when I came onto the scene. We're also 2 years in arrears in our careers. So the stuff that you're seeing right now, I probably did a year or 2 or 3 ago. I'm already moved on. The stuff I'm working on now, I'm excited for you guys to see next year or the year after or whatever. So it's always a little bit bizarre when we're watching Spider-Man season 2 right now, and I go, yeah, I recorded that in 2017. And you go, I think it was cool. I remember it being cool. So yeah, so that's the perception, isn't it? I'll accept that. If you guys want to think it was like some, wow, like I'm on the scene, then I'll take it, and I'll ride that as long as I can, because you gotta make from the country. You gotta make hay while the sun shines. So I know that doesn't last forever. I think popularity ebbs and flows and wanes, and I plan on having a long career in the entertainment and voiceover industry. So and I have had a long career. I don't think anybody knew who I was until 2013, 2014, but I've been working just as long as a nobody. So yeah, that's kind of the way it is sometimes until you find something that pops. And you never know what that's going to be, ever. Yeah, I had a million pilots that I thought were going to be my ticket in the door that never went anywhere. So that's just sort of the nature of the business. Good question. Yeah. No, you guys are in between.
Okay. So video games.
Yes.
$1 billion industry.
Billions
Lots
of
of
dollars.
money.
Bajillion dollars.
Right. So you're like entertaining people in so many different ways, right?
True.
Voice acting, you're like personifying someone else's character of you. But this time, you're making your own content, right?
Okay.
How I know you can't tell us much about the game.
Sure.
But can you tell us what brought you to wanting to make a game? What was it like collaborating with other people? Are you the programmer? Are you the voice actor? Like, are you the storyteller? Like, did you write it? Can you tell us anything around?
Sure. Ray and I have been in the video game world for a long time. Ray's been going to GDC for a decade. I think it's always been in the back of his head, and I was looking for a new creative endeavor, and Max is our business partner. So Ray took an idea that I had and said, hey, I want to run with this idea that we had in a brainstorming session. I said, okay, you can have the idea. I want to be the lead narrative designer on it. And so that's what I'm doing. And I have a staff of 5 writers. We have a staff of 13. No, we're not doing any programming. That's beyond our capacity. We're doing light programming in a program called Ink. In our writing program, we're doing some light coding, but that's about it. But no, we've got an amazing staff of people that are working for us right now, and we're still in the early stages. It takes a long time, everything's slow. We've been working on it for a year, but we have a vertical slice and full pitch, and we're just figuring out who's gonna publish, how we're gonna publish, all of that good stuff. So yeah, that was the idea. We wanted to make something, and video games seemed like the easiest path for us.
Easy, huh? All right.
Well, compared to independent game development, seemed easy is the wrong term. Seemed more doable.
Well, path to entry, is that what you mean?
Yes, it's a lot more so than making a cartoon. When we make a cartoon, it could take just as much money and resources to make one 22-minute cartoon as it could to do an entire video. Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
Tell us about your picture book. What inspired it?
My children's book?
Yeah, your children's
Yeah,
book. What inspired
yeah.
it? What sort of lessons do you hope that young people take away from it?
I wanted to write a story for little girls in engineering and science and all the STEMs. So I wrote a story about a little girl who, it's a little dark, you guys. It's sort of a post-apocalyptic world, but it's cute. And her and her mom flee into a cabin in the woods, and one day they run out of food and her mom leaves and never comes back. So she's by herself, and she has to figure out how to live by herself. So she built herself a robot friend from scraps and stuff she's able to salvage. And she has this little robot buddy that is sort of her guide and protector. And that was my whole idea there, was I want to deal with ideas of loss, independence, and then women in STEM was my big thing. Yeah. Thank you for the question, though. Very nice.
With that, if your book ever becomes a cartoon or something like an anime, have you ever thought about the future? Like, would you want to voice it in yourself?
Well, I'd be a very bad 7-year-old girl. I don't think I've got the touch for it.
Of course.
I kid.
Try it.
This one I did not write with that in mind. I don't think it's like very pitchable as a cartoon. Maybe in the future, I'll write a few that like possibly could lean that direction. But right now, I'm enjoying writing them for writing's sake. And I'm gonna I'll finish the story. There's 3 books. I'm working on the second one right now, and then maybe I've got some future other ones I'm working on not associated with that are more easily cartoonable. Good question though. Yeah.
He also voiced the role of Colonel Lucifer in Hunter x Hunter.
That's correct.
He's a badass, chill character.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel when you were voicing Lucifer?
One of my favorite bad guys. What's better than doing a big soliloquy when a bunch of people are getting sniped and their heads popped off? That is the darkest, coolest scene. It's my absolute favorite. And he's got magical fish that bite you in half. Indoor fish. Come on. What a stupid move that's so cool. Good question. Let's wrap it up. You?
Yeah. Is there anything you're working on anime-wise you can tell us?
Oh gosh, that's not secret. No, Demon Slayer just came out. I'm also voicing, just dropped Merlin in the new Fate Grand Order.
Yes.
So I am the wizard. What else are we doing that I could talk about? Nothing. It's all a secret.
Because we're not gonna see it 2-3 years from now.
You'll see it in 2-3 years from now. And last one? Are you good? You guys killed it.
Thank
Good
you.
job.